Show me 100. Here we go.
Green flag flies in the Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone. Hudson O'Neal trying to clean sweep the weekend. Gets the early hole shot down into 1 and 2.
Man, Thornton got up on 2 wheels as he went into turn 2. Davenport quickly goes to second. Behind them, here comes Moran on the outside out of turn number 4. O'Neal leads lap number 1 here in Wheatland.
The 49 of Jonathan Davenport has quickly closed in on Hudson. I mean, those two cars have just taken off like rocket ships at the front of the field, much like Davenport did here 1 year ago. Hudson O'Neal going to stay out front. Let's not forget Justin Wells ran 4th in the Show Me 100 back in 2006. That's where he runs right now. He's got a run to the inside of Ricky Thornton Jr., a battle for third. They just made contact, and this happens a full straightaway behind your lead duo.
What a show so far. We got 11 in the book, so this can keep up for 100 laps. O'Neal still leads 4/10 of a second. Justin Wells trying to reel him in. He's 1 second behind. Davenport to the outside. Off at turn 4. Will we have a new leader? We do not. O'Neal by a car length into turn 1 with 12 complete. Car length and a half. Davenport shoots to the outside. Still a long way to go off at turn 4. Davenport way out wide. And he's right there. He'll cut to the bottom. That was close. 19 complete. Justin Wells hanging right in there. He's 1.9 behind Davenport. Goes to the inside into turn 3. They go side by side. Will we have a new leader? They might have touched briefly. And Jonathan Davenport has taken the lead here in the Show Me 100.
If you're Jonathan Davenport, where do you go? Tyler Stevens in the 2. The 19 MS Spencer Hughes. Davenport thinks about threading the needle. Not going to happen, though. That door closes just as quickly as it opens. Here comes the 71. Hudson O'Neal going to look down to the inside. This one's been really good.
Oh,
the green, and they just made contact.
Davenport came down the track. That'll open the door for Justin Wells. Here comes Carson Ferguson. Here comes Bobby Pierce. Davenport still cannot clear Stevens, and Stevens cuts in front of him at turn 1. Battle up front in the 1.
Got to wonder if they didn't find something up high. Hudson O'Neal looking good in the 71. Going to try to get a run on Jonathan Davenport. Ironically, that's the same line that Jonathan Davenport used to move into the lead around Hudson O'Neal. Hudson O'Neal sends it into Warrensburg over in 3 and 4 and grabs the lead, James. Oh, my.
This track is perfect,
yes.
Right? There's not a rough spot anywhere. Carson Ferguson on the bottom of Bobby Pierce. O'Neal back in front. In halfway mark, $100 courtesy of Hellraiser Jacks. So 3 lead out. O'Neal slips up at 2 and Davenport will regain the lead. So it is at 4 lead changes among 2 drivers right now off at turn 4 as Davenport back in front as we score 48 down the back straight. We'll size up. O'Neal goes to the bottom. He'll throw the slider in 32. Willie clearing way out of there. Crossover, O'Neal has the spot. Here comes over to the 76. It is Sporty for second place. Here comes Thornton off of turn 2. Pierce will have another run. O'Neal into turn number 3. 52 complete.
And this happens a half straightaway behind your leader, Jonathan Davenport, who is closed into the back of the field in a Coleman Farms Racing caution.
There's Jonathan Davenport, Hudson O'Neal, Bobby Pierce, the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone. We are back underway.
Jonathan Davenport maybe got a hall pass right there, James, as he had just caught up to the tail end of the field when that Coleman Farms Racing caution flag came out, and Pierce now with a good run on Hudson O'Neal.
Mentioned a long way around there down the main straightaway. Pierce goes to second for the first time in this race. 54 complete. Down the back straightaway, the Coleman Farms Racing caution is out again.
We got debris
on the racetrack. Debris sitting down there in between 3 and 4 for $75,000 off at turn 4. Back underway at the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone.
When Bobby Pierce had that 32 right around the Ute tires on the inside of the track. Now Hudson O'Neal going to try to do the same thing Pierce did, and he's got a run. Here comes Carson Ferguson as well. Carson Ferguson with a run on the 32. Davenport, as he closes in on the back of the field, you called it, James. Hudson O'Neal and Pierce. Pierce now going for second, clears O'Neal. O'Neal going to drive back under. They both close in on Davenport. Wow.
There's a classic Bobby Pierce slider right there as he has cleared O'Neal. His slip up at 2. That turn 2 may be a little treacherous up there. Davenport, he's going to try to throw the slider on Lawler. That won't work. He'll lose a little bit of grip. It was 1.1. Davenport, Pierce, O'Neal into 1. Ferguson is still 4th. Thornton is over in 5th.
Right
around the back straightaway, and they got Lawler and Justin Wells in front of them. This is going to get real interesting right here. The battle for the lead off of turn 4 on lap 68.
Back of the field, they're battling for position and pedaling hard, and now the 32 gives the 49 a shot in the shorts. Pierce with a slider for the lead in turns 1 and 2. They'll get it. Here comes Jonathan Davenport back down to the inside. This time by 69 laps to go.
Oh, man.
Pierce to the outside, James. It would be official at the scoring loop. Yes, it is. New leader, Bobby Pierce, third leader of the race, fifth lead change.
Look at this battle for the lead. Pierce, Davenport on it now. Pierce has got to contend with Wells. Where does he go? He'll slide through the middle. Davenport up top. O'Neal down low. Through the middle. At the lap, a car link. Pierce in front. Terrific battle. Now O'Neal goes to the bottom. 30 to go. Out at 2. Pierce is going to have to clear. There might have been contact there. Wells and Lawler. Pierce is going to have to throw it in there right now, and he will. He'll slide way up the track. And Bobby still leads now as he puts the 2-lap cars between himself and second and third.
And Jonathan Davenport will split them down in 1 and 2. So now no back markers between the 32 and the 49. Hudson O'Neal trying to keep pace and follow suit. Carson Ferguson 2 seconds behind in 4th. Ricky Thornton Jr. 5th now, this time by 28 laps to go. Bobby Pierce out front at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Davenport now, as Pierce throws it in the middle. He'll lose a slide at the track in front of McCowan. Now Davenport will have the run down the back straightaway. Strong run for JD to 3. We got a battle for the lead. He's thinking about the slider. They're side by side briefly. Off at turn 4, Pierce still leads by about 3 car lengths at the line.
What a race. Just know that these are tied in. The ticker at the top of the screen are tied directly to the electronic scoring devices. As the 32 has lost his, he's out front, and Jonathan Davenport is closed back in again. James, 17 to go.
Great weekend for Justin Wells. Is in and out of this one. Pierce slides in front of Dillard. On the bottom, Davenport gets the run out at 2. Here he comes. Lap 84 coming up. Off at turn 4, down the main straightaway. Davenport, oh man, Dillard right in front of him. He'll have to throw the slider on Dillard. I'm not sure if there was contact or not. Pierce is going to try to throw the slider on Ilsenbeck at 4, and he jumps the cushion, gets it back going again. Oh, baby.
I mean, my heart rate is up.
They're just going for 75K. That's all they're going for.
And Jonathan Davenport's closed back in on him here. Pierce at one time had stretched out to almost 2 seconds. Jonathan Davenport closing back in on him in the closing stages of this race. 6 laps to go here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Got to hope for a mistake from Pierce or a caution because he is losing contact with the 32. Looking for his second career Show Me 100 win. He won here 8 years ago down the main straightaway. 2 to go for the smooth operator.
And I don't know that he's going to collect the back of the field again. Jonathan Davenport pedaling hard in the second spot, but still behind your race leader. They come around to the Barron's Performance. 1 to go here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
In the turn number 1, the deficit last time was 3 seconds. It is 2.3. In pending the UNO8 scales behind the 8 of McCowan. Pierce there. Final lap. He's going to have to split Hughes and McCowan trying to keep it out of the wall. He does, and Bobby Pierce has won his second Show Me 100.
Second spot's going to go to Jonathan Davenport. Finishing third will be Hudson O'Neal.